Hi everyone. I was like in the middle of recording this and decided no, I need to make it two completely separate videos. I am assuming that application season for the college program is now in full swing and it's, kind of up now because I've been getting massive amounts of questions and comments recently. So I'm assuming applications are up and people have been Googling on, and happened to stumble across my blogs. Because I've gotten, like I said, a lot of questions. That being said, oh, this is so frustrating because I know nobody's gonna watch this video, but I need people to watch it because this video is sort of about how to go about asking questions, what questions I can and can't answer, and the best way to get a hold of me. A lot of the things I've said before, but I think I should just put it in a condensed place where everyone can see it. I cannot say a whole lot about the role that I performed. A character performer role is very secretive. There's a lot of confidentiality that goes into it. There's a whole lot of magic that's involved that we're not allowed to say, especially heaven forbid, on a public forum like this. So I have to be very, very careful about what I say. A lot of people are confused by the terminology of being friends with a character, hanging out with a character. And the two most common questions asked are you the person that walks around with the character? Are you, the one that manages the crowd? That role is called a character attendant. There's a character attendant, also called a character host at Disneyland, and then there's a character performer. I am not a character attendant. I hang out with Mickey Mouse. That is the terminology that we are to use. If you have any other questions about that, you can feel free to message me. Do not comment. Feel free to message and I will answer if I can and hopefully clear some things up for you. That brings me kind of to another one of my kind of semi-frustrations when I basically say that I can't say certain things. People ask in a comment 2 inches below, I don't get it. What do you do as a character performer? Are you the one in the costume? If I just said that I can't say it, clearly I'm not going to be able to answer it 2 inches below. If you do have a question just like that, I can answer that if you message me. I cannot answer it on a public forum. So I'm not being rude if I ignore that. Same way on my Tumblr. If you ask me as anonymous, I can't answer. Those of you who don't have Tumblr don't know, but if you ask as anonymous, the only option to answer it is to publish it onto your site. So I can't answer that. I get a lot of questions about costumes being hot and stinky, and Mickey Mouse doesn't wear a costume. The only costume that Mickey Mouse is wearing is his tuxedo, and sometimes if he's working somewhere else, he's wearing a different costume. So yeah, if you have questions about specific Mickey Mouse costumes, then you need to do so privately. Another thing is, I remember what it was like to be stressing out about auditions and I wanted as much information as I possibly could. I completely understand that. I have been there. I have done that. I completely know. But one thing that I wish I had known, do not overthink it. Do not overthink it. My first audition I went to, I planned and calculated and blah, 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 blah. What it came down to is they weren't looking for anybody short. So I didn't make the first cut. And it was the worst feeling in the world. Because you had planned for a month. You had planned, you had thought out your outfit, you'd done this, and you'd perused YouTube on these people's channels, and you looked at all this stuff, and then you don't make it. Not only is it disappointing, but it's almost embarrassing. At least for me it was. I was like, oh, I just put all this thought into it, and it's done, it's over. Do not overthink it. Trust me. Don't do it yourself. It's not worth it. People have a lot of questions about the dances, which is, dancing for people who don't normally dance, it's nerve-wracking. However, do not stress. I get questions a lot of the time, people asking me if I could make a video of me doing the dance. Well, that's kind of creepy, first of all, to be like, alright guys, let me show you the dance we do. It's a little too creeper Disney person for me, to be honest. But I understand where you're coming from. I don't think you guys are creepy for asking it. Just picturing me doing it is creepy. Keep in mind though, the audition where I was actually cast in like 2 weeks, it'll be a year ago. Because I don't remember that dance. I couldn't even remember it at the time. What makes you think I'm gonna remember it now? Don't overthink it. When I say it's simple, it is simple. Literally, when I say marching, this. That's marching. You may do this every now and then, okay? It's just coordination is the first part. So do not stress it. Just for real. Another thing about just general asking questions, if you have a multitude of questions or a lot of like specific questions, please don't do it in a comment. That gets really confusing, especially because I get anywhere from like 5 to 6 comments a day on YouTube alone, and then I probably get 3 to 4 on my Tumblr. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but all day long, all those comments, it's a lot, and I try to get to them as quickly as I can. And to have them coming in from all these different places, and then you having a whole bunch and a whole bunch of little comments, when I'm trying to do it from my phone, I can't keep track of where they're coming from. If you have specific questions that are pretty in-depth, please message me. Please do so privately. It's a lot more personable. I feel like I can be a little bit more open with you rather than kind of like, everybody's gonna see this. I have to be like, geez. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. I love all of you guys, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to go film another video where I kind of talk more in depth about some questions that I've gotten about my Disney experience and why I maybe didn't like it as well as I thought that I would. But I do thank you guys so much for your support. And at first, when I first left Disney, I was really sick of it, and I didn't want to deal with it. And so whenever I get asked questions, I get really frustrated. I'd be like, I don't talk about Disney anymore. Like, I'm so sick of it. But I've really sort of come to terms with the fact that I'm always going to be that Disney girl, and I'm back into it now. I'm ready to sort of pass on the torch to other people. That being said, though, I do have a career. I am extremely hardworking. People also have asked this to see what I do career-wise. I will put a link to my website, my tentative website, in the description box, so you can kind of see my work and see what I do. But I have an insane life. Sometimes I'm lucky if I get 2 hours of sleep every night, and it's difficult to try to manage my current life with my past Disney life and then try to help people with theirs. It gets really confusing, and you know that I love to do it, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing it. At the same time, I don't know if people realize how much I get asked things and how a lot of it is the same. So just please be patient, and I will definitely try to get back to you as quickly as possible. I know what it's like to be excited and nervous and waiting on someone to answer, but I am human. Also, the next video that I'm planning on making is sort of about the real side of the Disney College program. So if you want to see that, then I guess wait a few minutes for it to be uploaded.